Hi, and welcome to 3 Things in 3 Minutes. I'm Nersi. Today we are previewing Emperor's Choice, originally from OKAZU Brand, with a new version coming from Tasty Minstrel Games. It plays 3 to 5 players and plays in 90 to 120 minutes. The version you see here is the original OKAZU Brand version. What it's about. This is primarily a Euro-style auction game with resultant set collection. You play in ancient China, and each round there are 3 main phases. In the auction phase, all players bid for turn order using character cards and soldier cubes. Then, during the management phase, players in turn order grab one of the randomly created groups of tiles to complete sets, such as palaces or sections of the Great Wall. Buy new cards and cubes, and advance along a palace track for rewards. Now, finally, during the Imperial Decree phase, the 2 players highest on the Emperor's Trust track choose among 7 policies to score victory points for everyone, hoping to time it to their own advantage. And at the end of 6 rounds, the player with the highest total points wins. What I like. This game is largely about set collection, but there's actually an underlying engine to the tiles you collect. For example, palaces will earn you more gold during your turn, while segments of the wall bolster your defense when the barbarians attack. However, each policy only scores infrequently, forcing you to diversify and have a flexible strategy, though the game allows you to manipulate them some. Now, the most interesting mechanic is the auction mechanic, where the cost depends on where you end up in turn order. So if you take a later turn order, you may end up losing nothing, whereas getting first requires you to lose your best item. And so this creates an interesting risk-reward mechanic, and sometimes the strategy is to play cards and bid just for effects, or to force other players to lose valuable cards. Points to consider. It will take some time and probably several games to get a handle of the policies, since they are two-sided, in order to use them for your advantage, since most of your points come from them. And since similarly, there are a number of small exception rules, so expect to reference the rules a lot during your first few games, and this is definitely a heavier strategy game. Theme aside, this is also primarily an abstract set collection game, with a theme that carries only a little bit, particularly with the barbarian attacks, which are actually low risk. Also, the game shines better at higher player counts, where more tiles and the stealing of treasures mechanics comes through. And if you find that your engine isn't really working, there aren't great ways to catch up. So you may end up seeing some very large differences between the scores at the end of the game. So, in summary, it's a game that's half auction, half set collection with a really clever and interesting auction mechanic. It provides a number of different routes and potential engines in the tiles, but that's subject to a bit of luck and player count. And it has a core scoring mechanic that triggers every round, but takes a fair amount of time to truly work to your advantage. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel.